Good evening, everyone. Just while you're all taking your seats, I am Kate O'Neill, Professor and Associate Dean of Instruction and Student Affairs. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you all to the 2024 graduation ceremony for the Rausser College of Natural Resources. Welcome. To begin with, here are a few small but critical reminders. First, please silence your cell phones so they don't distract us. Second, no matter how enthusiastic you may be, please remain in your seats and do not block anybody's view. Third, please limit your conversation so that everyone can hear and enjoy the proceedings. And fourth, I know that air horns, trumpets, and tambourines are a lot of fun, but be considerate and refrain from using them during our commencement ceremony. Please do cheer your hearts out for your child, relative, or friend. They deserve it, and so do you. This is truly a day of great and satisfying celebration. Finally, we ask everyone to stay for the entirety of the event so that we, as the Rausser College of Natural Resources community, can celebrate each and every one of our fine graduates. Tonight's commencement will begin with the procession of commencement speakers, faculty, honored guests, and graduate degree candidates. Will everyone, including our undergraduates, please stand if able so we can begin our celebration. Please begin the music. This year's graduation procession is led this year's graduate procession is led by Gail Brager, Associate Dean for the Graduate Division and Distinguished Professor in Architecture in the College of Environmental Design, and Professor Corinne Gibbs, the Chair of Rausser College of Natural Resources Executive Committee. Following Professor Gibbs will be faculty representatives of each of the college's 4 departments: agricultural and resource economics, environmental science, policy and management, nutritional sciences and toxicology, and plant and microbial biology. Behind Professor Brager is our undergraduate student speaker, Abi Shiva. And next to Avi is our commencement keynote speaker, Isaias Hernandez, the founder of Queer Brown Vegan, an independent media platform that brings intersectional environmentalism to all, and he is an alum of our college. Welcome back, Isaias. And finally, to my right, David Ackerley, Professor and Dean of the Rausser College of Natural Resources. Hey, David. Processing into the theater are the faculty of the college, along with our candidates for doctoral and master's degrees. The robes and distinctive hats worn by our faculty stem from robes worn in medieval times by academics and clerics in European universities. The reason why our faculty's robes are so many and various is because they wear the robes of the schools where they earned their degrees. Our graduate students are dressed alike in Berkeley's blue and gold, a mix of blue ocean and gold flowers. The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy are carrying hoods, and today you will see them be hooded, marking the completion of their studies. They have designed, conducted, and presented independent research of significance to their field and have demonstrated both depth and breadth of knowledge. Candidates for the master's degrees have participated in or independently conducted research or professional projects for their programs. Now, let's turn our attention to the more than 650 undergraduates who are finishing this year. The candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts are standing before you their departments and their majors, you will see their full regalia when they march across the stage to receive a scroll from Dean Ackley. Those who have achieved academic honors wear special cords or medals. Blue and gold cords with a green interweave are worn by students receiving college honors. Those undergraduate students have successfully completed a year-long research project and honors thesis. 5 students were awarded Tassios Melis medals, the top honors symposium prize, and are wearing them today. Candidates wearing a gold cord are graduating with distinction. Students may wear stoles or distinctive regalia that indicate their field of study or some other affiliation on campus, such as the green and white stoles of forestry graduates belonging to Xi Sigma Pi Honor Society. Some students also wear tokens of affection from family and friends and special expressions of creativity and commitment. This is their day after all. Please be seated, and we will begin after the music stops. Okay, now that we have all of our participants present and seated, I would like to read a land acknowledgement. We recognize that UC Berkeley sits on the territory of Huchun, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyo-speaking Ohlone people, the successors of the sovereign Verona Band of Alameda County. This land continues to be of great importance to the Muwekma Ohlone tribe and other familial descendants of the Verona Band. We recognize that every member of the UC Berkeley community has benefited and continues to benefit from the use and occupation of this land since the institution's founding in 1868. Consistent with our values of community and diversity, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. By offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm Indigenous sovereignty and will work to hold the University of California at Berkeley more accountable to the needs of American Indian and Indigenous peoples. Before we begin this event, I would like to explain some general rules so that everyone can fully enjoy the program. Again, we remind you to please silence your cell phones, stay in your seats, and keep the aisles clear so that everyone can enjoy the event. For this event, time, place, and manner policies apply that are aligned with our UC Berkeley principles of community. You may not engage in any action that disrupts the event or prevents the speakers from being heard during this ceremony. This includes, but is not limited to, shouting over speakers, speaking out of turn, blocking others' view of the ceremony, or displaying banners or any signs that block others' views of the event. Individuals who are persistently disruptive will be asked to leave and escorted out if necessary. Okay, all right. Deep breath. This is your day. We're here to celebrate this class of 2024, graduates and undergraduate students alike. This is the 151st year of commencement exercises on the Berkeley campus, and there will be many commencement ceremonies like this one being held on the campus this month. However, I would say that this is the most important one. This is a happy evening, a celebration that marks the completion of a long journey that has involved everyone gathered here in the theater for years. Acquiring a degree at Berkeley is a privilege, an opportunity, and a challenge as well, one that requires enormous effort from the candidate, support and patience from the candidate's family and friends, and help from the college staff and faculty. We have all shared in the nurturing of these wonderful new, almost alums, and we hope that in the future, you and our newest graduates will consider those of us in the college to be part of your extended family. Please stay in touch with us at the college, your professors, and your fellow students. We will always want to know where you are and what great things you are doing. Come back for homecoming, the big game, or to attend a college-sponsored event, and help us share this wonderful college with others. Now, let us begin with our official welcome by David Ackerley, Dean of the Rausser College of Natural Resources.
Good evening, class of 2024. I am really happy to be here with you all tonight. For the class of 2024, this event is especially meaningful, as it marks the capstone of several tumultuous years. How many of you are from the high school class of 2020 and did not have a high school commencement? Raise your hands. Before we proceed with your college graduation, can all the students, faculty, and guests join me in a round of applause to celebrate the high school class of 2020? The summer following your graduation from high school was marked by the murder of George Floyd, a deep racial reckoning in America that continues to shape our society and our institutions. Wildfires then burned more than 4 million acres in California, and the Bay Area witnessed the Orange Sky Day. How many of you were here for the Orange Sky Day in the Bay Area? 2020, September of 2020. In 2021, the United States inaugurated the first woman, the first African American, and first Asian American vice president. And what you may not know is Vice President Harris's mother received her PhD from Rausser College of Natural Resources Department, from the Department of Nutritional Sciences and Toxicology. And you all still hadn't gotten to campus yet. For those accepted in 2020, we welcomed you to campus in the fall of 2021. In your 3 years on campus, you have seen a great deal of change. And we are now witnessing tragic violence in Ukraine and the Middle East, as well as steadily growing challenges from the climate crisis. In an audience of this size, I know there will be many who have been personally impacted by these events. Whether it's the pandemic, wildfire, or war. You may have lost friends or family, homes or businesses, and I extend my deepest sympathies on behalf of all of us at UC Berkeley. And I'm going to go off script for a moment because this is the moment I wanted to pause and take stock of this extraordinary place. The Greek Theater is one of Berkeley's special, special places. Being here together as the sun is setting under a beautiful blue sky and with all of you is a very, very special moment. And let's just enjoy that for a moment. To our students, today is also a day for you to think ahead to life after Berkeley and how you will make the world a better place. We need you, and the world needs you. I'm confident that you will make the world a better place for all of us. You are possessed of intellect, ambition, passion, and compassion, in full proportion to the challenges you will be facing. Even though you may not feel ready to leave, you are ready. You have been successful here, and you will be successful out there. We are deeply proud of you, and our respect for you will only grow as you move forward with your lives and careers. For our candidates, soon to be our graduates, today is a time for reflection on the joys and trials of the last several years, and the events that brought you here, and particularly on the help that you received along the way from others. On behalf of the faculty and staff of UC Berkeley, I extend my thanks to parents, grandparents, siblings, children, loved ones, and friends who have supported our students in their journey to this day. Students, please stand if you are able, turn around, and join me in a round of applause for all the guests who are here today. As you leave the theater today, you join the ranks of Rausser College and Berkeley alumni. You will encounter your fellow Bears in all walks of life and in every corner of the globe. It is now time to honor the 2024 recipient of our Rausser College Distinguished Teacher Award. We value teaching highly, and each year one of our faculty is honored for their contribution to undergraduate instruction. This year, we honor Dr. Timothy Bowles of the Department of Environmental Science, Policy, and Management. Dr. Bowles stood out among several outstanding nominees for consistently excellent reviews for his teaching, especially his agricultural ecology course. He is known by his students for creating a learning environment that is safe and respectful. In this space, he shares his enthusiasm for the subject matter of agroecology and encourages students to discuss, challenge, and pose questions about the topics presented in class. He creates community in his class, taking time to get to know each student and offering space for students in the class to get to know each other. One student wrote, quote, "Tim is an incredibly knowledgeable, engaging, and compassionate instructor. He includes the entire class as he teaches and asks students to share what they know about the class topics. He makes students feel heard and valued. He memorizes everybody's names. He incorporated passion and care in his teaching and brought excitement to each topic. Not to mention, he has perspectives and wisdom as he teaches. He doesn't just stick to the dry topics, but he always makes sure it relates to the non-academic world in some way. He was the best professor I've had in my 4 years at Cal," end quote. Another student wrote, "Professor Bowles opened my mind to what I could do with my economics and society and environment degrees. He sparked a passion in me for the importance of sustainable agriculture. I learned about food systems, the importance of indigenous knowledge, and a deeper understanding of soil health and polycropping. I am now considering how I can apply these lessons to my graduate career." It is my pleasure to present Dr. Timothy Bowles with the 2024 Distinguished Teaching Award. There's a photographer.
Congratulations, Dr. Bowles, so terribly well deserved. Next, it is my great pleasure to introduce our undergraduate student commencement speaker, Abhi Shiva. Abhi is set to graduate with high honors from Berkeley, earning dual degrees in environmental sciences and legal studies. An accomplished student, he has excelled academically, making the dean's list with a near-perfect GPA. As president of Beacon, Berkeley's environmental consulting group, Abhi has led a team of 50 and overseen numerous projects with major organizations, including Dell Technologies, Intel, and the Union of Concerned Sciences. He is also musically inclined, playing classical percussion and guitar. Post-graduation, Abhi plans to embark on a series of international research and travel endeavors, including a summer at the University of Oxford, my alma mater, studying international environmental law, followed by conservation work in Sri Lanka. He is also set to join Bain & Company early next year, focusing on energy and natural resources consulting. With aspirations to practice environmental and energy law, Abi plans to continue his education in law school, aiming to influence and innovate in the field of environmental policy and sustainability. Please join me in welcoming Abi Shiva.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Associate Dean O'Neill, and congratulations again to Berkeley's brightest, and let's be honest, best looking class, the class of 2024. Wow. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago, we were moving into our apartments or choosing our dorms. Whether we'd be living it up in Clark Kerr, Blackwell, or just kind of roughing it in Unit 3. And now here we are, sitting proudly at our college graduation, surrounded by the friends, family, and faculty that give this day so much of its meaning. So I know Dean Ackley made you stand up for our incredible family sitting in the audience, but I request my peers stand once again with me to thank our incredible faculty, professors, GSIs, and advising staff for their incredible work and for making this day possible. I'm grateful to be standing before you today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Abi Shiva, a proud environmental sciences and legal studies major. Berkeley has built the foundation for me to pursue a meaningful career in environmentalism, working to protect the natural resources of our country, as well as the climate and environment we share with the world. My own parents and grandparents immigrated from Sri Lanka, known for rich beaches, one of the last remaining tropical rainforests, and, like many other small island nations, a heightened susceptibility to climate change. So I'm especially excited to be standing here with each of you, the peers and educators dedicated to protecting our shared planet. I think I can speak for all of us when I say these past few years have been quite eventful, both on campus and beyond our Berkeley bubble. The world experienced a period of profound change and reflection as a global pandemic showed us the importance of mobilizing science and our public institutions in times of crisis. An epidemic of loneliness showed us the power of our interpersonal relationships when we feel most isolated. And landmark Supreme Court decisions on reproduction, the Second Amendment, and affirmative action showed us that our rights are never guaranteed and must be continually defended. And just as the political and legal climate has heated up, so has our planet, with 2023 marking the hottest year on record. Yet, despite these challenges, I think we can all sense a growing optimism and eagerness amongst all of us to engage with the world as never before. So as we approach the end of our time here at Cal, I wanted to share 3 empowering reminders that I've been thinking about myself lately. Reminder number 1, the world-class education we've just received will last a lifetime. As the #1 public university in the world, Berkeley is a leader in the environmental sciences, a top producer of Nobel laureates, and, not to brag, home to the tallest university bell tower in the country. That's right. Standing proudly at 307 feet, our campanile isn't just tall. It's 22 feet taller than Stanford's measly little tower. I guess we know who's really looking up to who. So I think we know Berkeley is a pretty unique institution. It's home to over 1,400 student organizations, 1,400, all of which we avoid eye contact with when they're taping on Sproul, but also get offended if, like, no one comes up to flyer us, right? Berkeley's a place where you can leave the library at 1 a.m., only to see crowds of students walking towards Moffett Library, each with 2 bobas and 1 extra large pizza in hand, because they're academic weapons. You know who you are. But also, only at Berkeley do you get to attend one of the most rigorous and renowned institutions in the world, while being surrounded by a culturally, socioeconomically, and interest-diverse student body dedicated to lifelong learning. And that brings me to reminder number 2. We know that our learning doesn't stop here. When I first came to CNR, I was considering a career in entomology. I always loved insects as a kid and was even one of the youngest members of the Entomological Society of America. So of course, one of the first classes I took was about bugs. And I'll never forget that first day of Zoom class where the professor had 6 insect pictures on the board, and I thought, this is easy. That one's a butterfly, that one's a wasp. And then I look in the Zoom chat, and I see people asking if it's a California tortoiseshell or a Milbert's tortoiseshell butterfly, or no, that's a weaver ant, not a bullet ant, which you can tell from its, everyone say it with me, unique nesting behavior. I thought this was an intro class, and long story short, I dropped that class the next week, and while I still love insects, I love them like just a little less. But the point is that I learned something we've all come to know, that the path you take won't always be the path you'll stay on. And the power of RCNR is that if you come in with a very specific passion, you have all the resources and expertise in the world to develop that to the fullest extent. But you're also exposed to such a breadth of study in ecology, climate policy, energy systems, law, to name a few. So students that come in as aspiring lawyers leave as ecologists. Future politicians turn into data scientists. And certain young entomologists become, oh yes, management consultants. But I think that's a good thing, because the evolution of our interests and the diversity of career paths we pursue is our common strength, allowing us to spread environmental consciousness across industries and amplify our impact. Thanks. It's a commitment that we see our professors and GSIs carry out every day, fortifying the academic research in our field and mobilizing future generations, like our own, to act. And that brings me to a final reminder. We have a responsibility to leverage this education to better our communities and our planet. Like all of you, I am eager to tackle the pressing environmental and social challenges of our generation. But to make any meaningful progress naturally requires us to work together. And what better network could we have than the one right here in RCNR? A community united in its mission to protect the world's natural resources and to ensure their fair and equitable access. And people may do that in different ways. But it's important to remember that we're all just one email, LinkedIn message, Insta DM, Venmo request, or if you're old, Facebook message away from each other. So my one request to the class of 2024 is to use this invaluable network, to stay connected. And when you get a message from a fellow bear, to answer it. To conclude, I think of May 13th, 2024, not as our last day at Berkeley, but instead as the first day we work towards our joint responsibility, building a sustainable future with courage, vision, and joy. Eleanor Roosevelt, a woman who knew quite a bit about social and political uncertainty, once said, "Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." To be honest, I just heard it in one of the Kung Fu Panda movies. Yeah. In theaters now. But it served as a reminder. It served as an important reminder to enjoy this journey and to take it one day at a time. Generations yet to be born are depending upon us right now to advance a lot of change in a very short period. But if I've learned anything from my time here at UC Berkeley, it's that we are up for that challenge. So congratulations, class of 2024. We may have a lot of work to do, but I think we've earned it to celebrate today. Thank you, and go Bears!
Thank you, Avi. One of the great pleasures for the faculty is watching students who come in with one set of interests and discover so many new things. And I can promise you, for every entomologist who becomes a management consultant, there's a management consultant who does become an entomologist. We track these things. It is now my great honor and pleasure to introduce the 2024 Rausser College of Natural Resources commencement speaker, Isaias Hernandez. Isaias earned his Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science from our college in 2018. He is the founder of Queer Brown Vegan, the independent media platform he started to bring intersectional environmental education to all. His journey, deconstructing complex issues while centering diversity and authenticity, has resonated with a worldwide audience. He also collaborates with leaders from the private and public sectors to uplift and produce stories of change for his independent web series, Sustainable Jobs, and Teaching Climate Together. Isaias was born in Los Angeles, where he grew up in poverty, was a recipient of food stamps, and lived in a community that lacked access to clean air. These firsthand experiences shaped his passion for the environment, justice, and equity. As he witnessed the ways pollution affected his body and his community, he turned his anger and sadness into a solution, creating environmental education that would prioritize accessibility and intersectionality. At UC Berkeley, he was a member of the Students of Color Environmental Collective, where he worked with his peers to advocate for diverse and healing environmental spaces. As a member of SCEC, he contributed to developing mentorship and fundraising programs that would allow future generations of environmentalists of color access and resources to navigate their academic careers. Since then, he has continued to mentor younger generations of the collective, offering them career and academic advice. Isaias is a full-time educator, public speaker, and a dog daddy. He is devoted to improving literacy through content creation and storytelling. We are very pleased and proud to welcome him back to give tonight's commencement address to the Rausser College of Natural Resources, class of 2024.
Wow, thanks so much. I prepared my smile, but not my speech. I'm just kidding. Okay, thank you, but today's not about me, it's about you. And I'm a bit nervous being here at UC Berkeley since it has a very special place in my heart. And let's get another round of applause for you. The world is a lot right now. You're starting your next chapter in life and wondering what's to come. Meanwhile, we're watching global conflicts unfold, domestic issues like mental health, home affordability, and extremism continue to worsen, and the climate crisis is already here and defining our future. It's an understatement to say that our future is uncertain. The world is full of doubt, especially at this moment. As young people, it's normal to feel overwhelmed. And I have some news for you. I could tell you that I've been traveling around the world, and let me tell you, none of us really know what we're doing. So you're in good company. I remember walking through Mulford Hall and learning solutions, being encouraged to stack up credentials, getting my first research position studying lizards, which was really horrible, living at a co-op with 100 people, which I'll never do again, and pulling all-nighters at Moffitt Library and having breakdowns to see if I'm gonna pass or fail the midterm exam. But let me tell you, that hasn't changed. And I remember my parents telling me to take time to take care of myself, and boy, did I fail at doing that. You've likely spent years doing the same things that many students before you did. You learn solutions, are encouraged to accumulate credentials, join the organizations, volunteer, apply for internships, study for your exams, and turn in your assignments. The system hasn't changed. How much time did you have to be yourself or figure what that means? How much time were you able to spend taking risks than worrying about getting the correct answer on exams? Our tests require us to have answers, not questions. Have you ever had a teacher congratulate you on how you're really feeling or grade you on how well you thought ahead of the future? Those things are not graded and do not show up in your GPA. Those things are, what you would say, are here to tell you that you have much more than a passing grade on an exam. I'm going to give you some advice that I wish I could have given myself 10 years ago as I sit in front of Sather Gates. I, naively, eager to save the planet, make the world a better place, or at least to get a better way to create generational wealth, I didn't have anyone to look up to because I was the first to attend college. I was young, queer, and brown. I grew up in poverty, and I'd never expected to make it to an institution like UC Berkeley. I looked down on myself and carried doubt. I thought that I was going to find answers in education, answers to many questions. Am I enough with everything I am, or am I just the sum of people's opinion about myself? I came to school searching for answers. I wanted to know how to make decisions. I wanted to learn how to pick a job. I wanted to know if I should go to grad school. I think if I had arrived at this college and my professor would have said, yeah, I don't know anything about this, I probably would have dropped out and enrolled into YouTube University. I think this is what many of us come here to search for. We come here to get answers, to find ourselves, and most importantly, build tools to navigate this world confidently. We're taught that education will give us answers to all of our questions, answers to fix our problems, the how-to guide to operate in society, how to contribute, and how to develop our gifts. This is the model I believed in, and now professors understand that it's more than classes. It is about the students as a whole, the human being that shows up in class wanting to solve the world's problems. Professors understand that as you sit there, you are full of hope, ready to be inspired, ready to pour in all the answers in the world. And understanding it's more than a class, more than an exam, more than a research thesis, more than your GPA. As of right now, all the universities in the world haven't solved the world's problems. What they do is try and train people to feel confident that they can. But I wonder how many of us here really feel certain that our leaders, the people that we're going to work for, and many of whom were educated like us, really know what we want and know how to give it to us, and how to use economic models or policies to make it happen. Does it feel like we're living in the utopia that we dreamed of as we walked into our first day of freshman year? Or does it feel like we're living in the Hunger Games? Let's talk about doubt. I want to visit doubt, the thing that you wish would disappear as you started your undergraduate journey. We hope that when we walk into the university, all of our doubts will disappear. But doubt is actually a powerful tool. It allows you to think. It allows you to question everything around you. It allows you to build more because you can explore answers. Doubt is what defines Gen Z and gives younger generations across history their power. We look at the world with a fresh set of eyes. We're inherently not so sure of things. We haven't been conditioned as long, so we're less likely to accept the norms as usual. You were taught to have certainty in policy, economics, nutrition, research, conservation, biology, and systems thinking. So was everybody before you. Where's our utopia? How much have you had to fight for change right here on this campus? I think if we were all confident that our systems could produce answers, there wouldn't have been protests led by students across the entire world happening right now. Currently, we are witnessing the ongoing violence happening across Sudan, Congo, Ukraine, Tigray, Myanmar, Palestine, and students must remember that we have been the forefront of a radical and activist change. We're grieving out loud, and the world is in the perfect position for someone like you to step up and really wonder how to change it. I think all of this is what the professors actually want to tell you. The sad truth is that for the most part, they can only meet us and engage us through the systems we have, not the systems we want. The world wants to understand this generation, and what do they see? They see charts and graphs about our declining mental health, declining faith in institution, how it's hard to find a partner, and despair about the world. What they don't see until we show them is that we have lived, breathed, and loved despite all of this doubt, and we're ready to give that up. We're right to be wary of the people who claim to have all the answers. The world needs new questions. Like in any ecosystem, the entire ecosystem's health depends on who or what fills every niche. Everything gets accounted for. Right now, many niches need to be filled in order to get accounted for. But the grass can't ask wolves for advice. The wolves have no clue what the grass does or what it should do. Yet without the grass to feed the deer that the wolves prey on, the entire system would collapse. Instead of seeking comfort in the roles that others have found, innovation and survival has always required life to evolve to fit our unique ecosystems. Without your ideas, unique questions, and a chance to be doubtful, this ecosystem will also collapse. So here we are. There are as many as 13,000 different species of grass, and thankfully, changing your mind is much faster than evolution. When I was completing my degree here, I was very upset after realizing I needed to take math and science classes, because I was really bad at it, to get a degree to save the planet. Nowadays, the only math I do is counting how much money comes in and how much money comes out of my bank account. I've found success in an independent career. For me, it was questions about creativity, what we're learning, how we're learning, and who gets to be an educator. You don't have to have an independent career. You can go work for anyone, and this is still true of innovation, especially the kind that changes the world. You're required to have questions before answers. I always envisioned myself working for environmental nonprofits after graduating. In fact, I didn't even have a job lined up as I was sitting over there and telling myself, I still don't have a job, guys. And after applying to multiple NGOs and being rejected one by one, I felt like a failure. I was sure, I was so confident that I was going to get a job, but now I was full of doubt, only to know that doubt was a sign of redirection for myself, to challenge me to think about what legacy I wanted to leave behind. I felt like I wasted my environmental science degree after years of being taught certain things. I was incredibly doubtful, but that doubt is what led me to find solutions and to build a new career in this industry. We tend to romanticize history, things like the freedom movement of the 1960s that involved students standing where we are today. But how well do we understand them? These weren't people who were settling for what was already known. They pushed our culture to question everything, and in that questioning, found themselves emboldened to show up differently. This is what we're being tasked with now. I didn't expect to be giving a speech at my alma mater where I'd be challenging the intention and function of our educational institutions, but I think I saw this as a unique opportunity to speak the truth. They said the theme is to see the bigger picture, and this is the bigger picture. You've heard it over and over again. Gen Z is the future. Gen Z will change the world. Gen Z is demanding change. Gen Z didn't invent college. If we were to create an equivalent institution, I'm sure we'd do it differently, and that's exactly it. The reason Gen Z inspires the world and gives hope is that we have each other, but to the generations that come before us is because, like it or not, we are learning how to embrace an unprecedented level of doubt and run with it. As you evolve through your life and career, I imagine many of you will have grievances and questions about the ways things are done and want them to do better, but trust that instinct. That instinct is why professors believe in you and why I believe in you and why I came back to tell you this. Don't keep your dreams in dark corners. Plant them, give them sunlight, water them, sing to them, dance with them, and watch as something new emerges. When Martin Luther King Jr. said injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, someone should have reverse engineered his statement. Working towards justice anywhere helps solve injustice everywhere. Whatever you're scared about, be scared and do it anyway. You aren't alone. Thousands of people across the world go to work every day to test, develop, and implement innovative solutions, and they need your help. The thing about being a light is that no matter how dark it gets, you can be seen. When light comes together, it amplifies their intensity. You are the beacons of the world. You aren't just a solution. You're human beings. So allow yourself to be messy, to make mistakes, to be doubtful, to fail, to fall apart and pick up the pieces. You'll find that other people will see themselves in you. You're going to change the world and in new ways, and you know that the world is ready to be changed. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Isaiah, for your remarks, and reminding me, and this is something to share, especially with families and all of you as students, that while you come to college to learn, and that is our role that we embrace, what brings faculty to work in places like Berkeley is that we learn, and we keep learning, and we've learned from you. So I want to express my gratitude on behalf of all the faculty to the students graduating here from everything we have learned and will learn. So I believe we've come to the point that you've all been looking forward to, the awarding of degrees. Associate Dean O'Neill, could you please come to the podium?
Thank you, Dean Ackley. And as this seems to be my job this evening, before continuing, I must issue a caveat. This evening's activities are the ceremonial conferring of degrees. Our time of mutual celebration as a community and a college, the official awarding of degrees by the university will not occur until all requirements are completed and checked out by the college and campus. This does not, however, diminish the enthusiasm with which we are celebrating today. I again ask you to remain in your seats and keep the noise to a minimum. We have, as a public safety measure, engaged a photographer who will take a great, and I mean great, picture of each and every graduate. Please don't approach the stage or enter the aisles to take pictures. Information about the photographer and how to receive your photo are available on the Rausser College Commencement website. We start with our PhDs. The candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree will be presented by Professor Corinne Gibbs of the Department of Plant and Microbial Biology and the chair of the college's Faculty Executive Committee. Dr. Gibbs, over to you.
Thank you, Associate Dean O'Neill. I have the wonderful honor of announcing our graduate candidates today. I will now call each group of graduating candidates to come forward. They will be hooded by their faculty sponsors and presented with a scroll from Dean Ackley. Please note that the dissertation titles of the students are written below their names in the online commencement program. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Resource and Economics please come forward? David Agnes. Pierre Biscay. Jedediah Silver. Joel Ferguson. Jin Miao Chen. Leila Safavi. Tracy Burnett. Tara Seeley. Kenzo Emiliano Esquivel. Mindy Jewel Price. Mitchell Sarota. Avery Schaller. Lucy Andrews. Rachel Ryan. Emily Chen. Jesse Moravec. Kyle Leathers. Sarah Hartman. Leke Hutchins. Xin Liu. Evan Patrick. Danielle Perryman. Annalise Taylor. Tianxing Wang. Aaron Westing. Neil Victor Yang. Shuqi Liao. Alec Bizayev. Viana Pham. Joseph Hendricks. Alyssa Mathewitz. Peter Stokes. Rita McCall. Sebastian Fernandez. Luis Valentin Alvarado. Evan Groover. Kevin Yin. Caroline Boyd. Rebecca Prochnow. Zorila Alvarez Aponte. Karen Serrano. Lorenzo Washington. Nathan Diplock. And last but definitely not least, Helen Liu. Will all of our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Wherever they may be. Well, they're here in spirit. I would like to invite Gail Brager, Associate Dean of the Graduate Division, to the podium. Dean Brager, amongst us somewhere in this audience, are our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I am happy to present them to you.
Thank you, Professor Gibbs, and graduates. By the authority vested in me by the President and Chancellor, I grant you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Woo!
On behalf of the faculty of the college, I congratulate all of our new Doctors of Philosophy. Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Forestry, Master of Metabolic Biology, and Master of Range Management continue to join me here at the podium? I will now read the names of the candidates for the degree of Master of Forestry. Connie Ryan. Spike Campbell. Taj Katuna. Lindsay Jaspers. I will now read the names of the candidates for the degree of Master of Metabolic Biology. Xinyin Li. Zhenwen Yu. I will now read the names of the candidates for the degree of Master of Range Management. Michelle Katuna. Zoe Feng. And again, last but not least, Lee Faris. Associate Dean Brager, may I invite you back to the podium. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Forestry, Master of Metabolic Biology, and Master of Range Management please present themselves to the Associate Dean? Associate Dean Brager, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the master's degrees.
Well, wherever they may be, by the authority vested in me by the President and the Chancellor, I grant you the degrees Master of Forestry, Master of Metabolic Biology, and Master of Range Management with all the rights and privileges thereto.
I think that our newly minted graduates are having a little too much fun backstage. But on behalf of the faculty of the college, I congratulate all of our new master's degree recipients.
Thank you, Professor Gibbs and Associate Dean Brager. Now it is time for the awarding of our undergraduate degrees. Students, when the name of your department and major are called, please follow your college advisor to the stage. Our first undergraduate department is the Department of Agricultural Resources and Economics. Will the candidates from the Environmental Economics and Policy major please make their way to the stage? Right. College advisor William Hughes will present the candidates in Environmental Economics and Policy.
The Department of Agriculture and Resource Economics Department Citation Award this year is to Lainey Goldberg. The Environmental Economics and Policy Major Citation is awarded this year to Tia Pappas. Evan Weigold. Lisbeth Mian. Brianna Ong. Abigail Crisp. Nicholas Whiting. Poreg Gwen. Hanser O. Xiang Wu. Ki Cao. Hailrong Yang. Ivani Jamin. Enzo Kramers. Emily Langton. Melena Bufani. Margaret Gomez. Monica Wilson. Stephanie Ujika. Thomas Avila. Lily Doe. Shinru Huang. Yaqi Liang. Hulin Guan. Jinhao Yang. Tengjian Zhao. Osvaldo Longoria Nava. Jennifer Madison Shaw. Audrey Buher. Sydney Wernicki. Peter Duckett. Calvin Louie. Julia Ronco. Sophia Mahila Joshi. Leia Yamashiro. Ilana Lazaro. Tracy Lee. Karen Enriquez. Mackenzie Whitby. Haljun Leo. Colin Maroney. Jordan Gabriel Talki Undani. Peter Flogrind Halvik. Teo Lynn Bianco. Nicole Kim. Maximus Lee. Natalie Goodwin. Stephanie Babcock. Shannon Faye Paulson. Christine Wong. Ian Fife. James Harrigal. Vince Nguyen. Case Aarons. Ilana Villa. Abigail Lickshak. Amanda Nesland. Kane Mathur. Sebastian Ramirez. Nadia Beji. Anis Gorick. Sydney Henderson. Yingpei Wong. Xiaotong Liang. Meitong Chen. Fanyu Wong. Cindy Quach. Dujun Kim. Jessica Liu. Sarah Ng. Angela Nguyen. Manuel Diaz. Carol Liu. Jack Klieger. Daniel Conway. Mark Chicharan Gelfer. Dominic Soren Sykes. Catalina Claire Silvestre. Grace Hunsinger. Janet Yang. Leah Dumurtimer. Samantha Wong. Elena Trin. Ian Samar. Jack Peterson. Kiki Hu. Martin Vaca. Sethany Kiang. Neha Chandari. Jennifer Hernandez. Max Mingxiong Xu. Dayton Wolfart. Matthew Gallagher. Luca Vieira. Isabel Winstead. Anna Huang. Yongfei Du. Michi Bayam Buvad. Karen Budi. Yoon Lee Ji.
Next, we have the Department of Environmental Science, Policy and Management, which encompasses 5 majors. Will the candidates from the Conservation and Resource Studies major, fresh from your own alternative graduation ceremony, please make their way to the stage. Megan DeRispini, the Assistant Director of Advising, will present the candidates in Conservation and Resource Studies.
Yay. Okay, the Conservation and Resource Studies major citation is awarded this year to Rachel Whiteside. Maria Jose Barrera. Oh, yeah. Trish Lay. Amy Tang. Diana Giron Medrano. Melissa Cervantes Zarco. Jacqueline Ramos. Russell Huang. Jessica Vo. Kira Fulton. Arena Guo. Dakota Margolis. Sarah Alec. Maeve Gilbert. Esteban Contreras. Ian McGuckin. Maya Masjetti. Emma Kelly. Summer Polster. Kieran Bengard. Scott Sherrod. Yeah, I did it. Alice Skype. Catherine Chu. Isabella Simone Robicard Goins. Yes. Hallie Donovan. Caroline Schloss. Amanda Ujier. Kaylee Hong Bean. Natalia Leland Cox. Blanca Sider. Rachel Wang. Did I do it wrong? Gabriel Hussein. Megan Weshi. Sarah Hasham. Ty Shelton. Luke Wanzin. Arpina Sinani. Marcos Santos. Eleanor Arsbecker. Arisa de la Cerda. Catherine Wang. Samantha Bianca Ceja. Mayeli Vega Vega. Mia Uribe. Caroline Wichterman. Nohea Rodriguez. Sarina Verma. Stella Wing. Sophia Sita de Groot. Vivian Feldheim. Gabrielle Cohen. Kinley Flaherty. Ava Hawkins. Isabel Herrera. Javiera Quesada. Erica Dominguez. Ryan Beam. Peter Palombi. Matthew Floyd. Warren White. Looking good, guys. Garrett Kitahara. Yuro Tang. Dominique Gill. Christina Holterman. Chloe Kaminskas. Lauren Sinopoli. Sherry Pearson.
All right, congratulations, CRS. Will the candidates from Ecosystem Management and Forestry major please make their way to the stage? College Advisor Bodo will present the candidates in Ecosystem Management and Forestry.
The Ecosystem Management and Forestry Major Citation winner is awarded this year to Anya Cutter. Maya Kaye. Ruben Martinez. Liam Geary. Carlo Gomez Canales. Anna Magruder. Andrew Bagwell. Ethan Michon. Louis Semino. Heather Nelson. Dylan Nagrick. Hema Vasquez Chavez. Jakey McKillipur. That's it. Mayurash Viswanathan. Katie Lee. Ashley Eddington. Max Bowley. Natalie Terso. Lauren Utney. Yoon Liang Ji. Karen Bodie. Daniel Yoho. Isabel Donovan. Isabel Doe.
All right. Will the candidates from the environmental science major please make their way to the stage? College advisor Bodo will present the candidates in environmental science.
The Department of Environmental Science, Policy and Management Departmental Citation and Environmental Sciences Major Citation is awarded this year to Alina Leticia Zarate. One environmental science student was also awarded the Kenneth L. Babcock Prize in Environmental Science this year, Jade Merrim. Daniel Doran. Deva Rani Dharmapalan. Sabi John Russo. Tiana Elias. Nicholas Whiting. Mariam Al-Said. Aaron Yu. Kylan Kennedy. Melody Isabella Garza. Gretel Huber. Paige Lieblick. Kelsey Leet. Tate Luoma. Allison Mays. Natalie Avida. Tia Papas. Isabel Marta Martin Aceches. Krishna Parekh. Ivoni Jamin. Tasneem Kalak. Chijia Sun. Druthi Mandavili. Elijah Macalinao. Carrie Thang. Brandon Lin. Tessa Auer. Shangrang Sun. Patrick Jacobson. Chloe Hess. Brittany Wu. Meijen Her. Ian Wong. Priya Nada Riley. Mina Caitlin Burns. Janine Aleskun. Alexander Levy. Angela Ko. Akshay Patel. Ethan Shea. Moses Castillo. Elena Campbell. Aidan Gonzalez. Malia Ariyoshi. Yino Ma. Margaret Ann Lu Kalau. Isabel Jo Gatula. Finian Grace Whalen. Anna Magruder. Mara St. Amant. Jiawen Tan. Benjamin Weinberger. Kira Aspreck. Elaine Jane Sandy Viloria. Jiho Park. Joshua Chan. Violet Tassini. Nayeli Rubio. Isha Murali. Jocelyn Delgado Uriate. Karis Pulfer. Isabel Wamstaker. Ira Moyne. Sandhya Wijaya. Teresa Echevarria. Haley Lai. William Urrutia. Bethany O. Mei He. Yichen Zhao. Alexandra Pfister. Grace Boyd. Max Billett. Sarah Casso. Ricky Pankratz. Jenny Zhang. Jane Tovar. Mina Rossman. Kai Nittenberg. James Campbell. Shandeep Dillon. And Abhi Shiva.
Next, will the candidates from the molecular environmental biology major, whoa, a popular major, please make their way to the stage. College advisor William Wyatt will present the candidates in molecular environmental biology.
The Molecular Environmental Biology Major Citation is awarded this year to Anisha Bomik. Two Molecular Environmental Biology students were also awarded the Kenneth L. Babcock Prize in Environmental Science this year. Ian Howe and Vivian Lee. Himani Sharma. Marguerite Cassidy. Ji Yuan Chen. Anais Tujarian. Volaine Domingo. Billy Vo. Ethan Sheppy. Yingli Su. Gabby Tan. Parker Winnig. Diana Kalantar. Lena Tama. Maya Ogasawara. Amara Chukwu Ibenusi. Misty Tran. Maya Dawned. Twice. Isabella Doe. Daphne Feidelson. Megan Slowotitsky. Haley Rodriguez. Tyler Rose Mizraje. Cleo Lynn. Owen Rose. Daisy Chu. Claire Sauter. Mitch Zhang. Amy Moon. Mia DiGenova. Jessica Triebswetter. Victoria Lopez. Violet Corinne Marco. Maximilian Piper. James Vermilia. Eleanor Duco. Ashley Rolos. Talon Burton. Sahibjot Mehanger. Quetzali Ruiz Tirado. Emily Bono. Nancy Miranda Martinez. Jonah Grace Galicia. Amy Judith Flores Galdames. Sierra Clemen. Ria Tandon. Christian Wong. Alexander Lee. Eunice Sang. Christopher Kevin Cheng. Connor Sang. Victoria Haudege. Caitlin Brar. Carol Ng. Grace Stewart. Yasmin Abu Hamad. Casey May Kasai. Christine Shimahara. Kenny Ho. Alice Kim. Natalie Walzer. Kayla Dixon. Sophia Telfer. Mark Bonneau. Haley Ramstorff. Carlo Jacobson. Jermaine Kim. Jillian Huen Tong. Sarah Yavas. Gersharon Singh Mon. Tanvir Singh Sidhu. Kazir Kamran. Yaron Lai. Nicholas Sims. Alexander Mueller. Chloe Lott. Boyue Yu. Anderson Chen. Brandon Nunes. Meghna Reddy. Ben Walker Edwards. Ethan Sasso. Patricia Milano. Zyrel Romanis Di Malanta. Kiera May Serte. Joyce Wang. Emma Paradise. Alicia Rifkin. Anya Prasad. Faith Ann Miller. David Perez Nyquist. Ting Guo. Charlie Grazia. Benjamin Persons. Michelle Gunawan. Erica Rowe. Jenny Lee. Taiba Kanam Chowdhury. Snigdha Barua. Gina Ko.
Will the candidates from the Society and Environment major please make their way to the stage? Graduate Student Affairs Officer Ryan Madden will present the candidates in Society and Environment.
The Society and Environment Major Citation is awarded this year to Marta Tobar. Lavissa Karlvik. Antonia Gelland. Sophia Lara. Aksa Naeem. Zenyi Yin. Bailey Cox. Camille McDonald. Melissa Cervantes Zarco. Jennifer Atunes Lopez. Iona Normandy. Aiden Esberg. Liam Gagnon. Madden Miller. Catherine Diller. Annabelle Johnson. Gabriella Laxer. Alexandria Pachich. Milena Bufane. Megan Wessing. Isabella Simone Ribignard Gonez. Christina Pelliccio. Arjian Unul. Leslie Cardenas. Xochitl Baceros Santiagos. Neda Alduna Felez. Hannah Kaplan. Krista Gilbert Newcamp. Gemma Alicia Paradise. Sona Tigran. Megan Holm. Sumaya Khadija Lahomus. Tyra Jose. Aditya Agarwal. Pascal Montgomery. Olivia Rourke. Catherine Rojas. Olivia Colchin. Nicole Aguilar. Dylan Wilson. Madeline Kulmus. Noah Goldsmith. Sophie Park. Laurel Taylor. Sierra Winter. Grace McGee. Esme Fong Chu. Ian Grace. Luna Honer Shields. Chloe Liu. Isha Murli. Nat Gaffney. Alexandra Jade Talsig Garcia. Natalie Martinez. Adrian Antonio. Thank you. Emily Q. Mirabella Angio. Thank you. Margaret Ann Lau Kalu. Javon Lewis. Lang Sierra. Melissa Marico Angel. Antonio Baca Lemus. Amanda Neslin. Karen Enriquez. Charlie Gracia. Oh, that's it.
All right. Next, we have the Department of Nutritional Sciences and Toxicology. Will the candidates from the Nutritional Sciences and Toxicology majors please make their way to the stage? College advisor Jay Sevilla will present the candidates for the Nutritional Sciences Dietetics major.
The Nutritional Sciences Dietetics major citation is awarded this year to Lola Yassin. Haley Silva. Anchi Tang. Hannah Roden.
Will the candidates for the Nutritional Sciences, Physiology, and Metabolism major please come forward?
The Department of Nutritional Sciences and Toxicology Department citation and the Nutritional Sciences, Physiology, and Metabolism major citation is awarded this year to Maggie Chang. Celeste Yen. Madeline Burns. Shimin John. Risa Baker. Queenie Lee. Jedrick Reyes. Gabriel Zakarian. Cooper Marshall. Rafael Acosta III. Sharon Homayun. Isabel Cho. Chien Deng. Christopher Na. Nicole Chung. Cameron Tay. Alexandra Lee. Sophia Tosca. Sanjana Raj. Smriti Panchal. Isabel Ariola. Ron Israel. Sarah Knight. Kenzo Ku. Sanjagal Aganbayar. Lily Tees Lim. Hannah Neary. Sama Noor Zazai. Ashley Crabtree. Kristen Chang. Treelin Wen. Alina Choi. Kaylee Sa. Ashley Sai. Andrew Nguyen. Zaid Ansari. Cole Wang. Lindsay Mia Kajima. Aaron Lee. Genesis Pulita. Grace Chong. Maria Meinke. Nella Bata. Milana Marsh. Jennifer Wong. Clara Kim. Victoria Watt. Victor Nguyen. Geraldine Yu. Isabella Marie Rees. Manal Afzal. Riley Harmon. Matthew Remington Spankowski. Nadia Grenville. Vito Resnick. Julia Travis. Maya Coots. Ana Paula Lopez Ruiz. Sofiana Skinas.
All right, will the candidates from the Nutritional Sciences Toxicology major please come forward?
Soraya Sutton. Halime Yilmaz. Carla Rivera Celestino. Sanaz Zare. Wenchi Zuo. Michael Tu. Sue Lee. Wesley D. Chow. Jacob Perez.
All right. Last but not least, let's give it up for the Department of Plant and Microbial Biology. Will the candidates from the Genetics and Plant Biology major and Microbial Biology major please make their way to the stage? College advisor Sofia Vita Casquejo will present the candidates in Genetics and Plant Biology.
The Department of Plant and Microbial Biology Departmental Citation and the Genetics and Plant Biology Major Citation is awarded this year to Sing Liu. Hedy Ma. Farah Yi. Rebecca Rubanowitz. Ren Nyonse. Alexis Nicholas Flores. Jordi Gil Santos. Lara Alexis Albornoz. Marcus James Michael Varney. Reina Marie Japé. Monica Felice Antonio. Chloe Souter. Megan Waldachuk. Nicholas Azule. Supriya Sarepella. Alexis O'Connor. Ashley Maritato. Jacqueline Fenner. Hope Hiyori Cummings. Gabriel McAdams. Marley Noel Meek. Beatrice Cundiff. Jenny Granera. Kimmy Boriston. Ivan Wang. Joe Torrey. Anthony Benducci.
Will the candidates for the Microbial Biology major please come forward? College advisor Sofia Vita Casquejo will also present the candidates in Microbial Biology.
The Microbial Biology Major Citation is awarded this year to Ishan Dreja. Crystal Cosio. Danielle Voronel. Adam Martinez Jr. Nina Lorenzo Abers. Tunmay Pathakar. Eric Gwynn. Arash Mohammadi. Malak Jamal Ali. Hilal Bassam Akra. Ainsley Beard. Jessica Chen. Shlok Gore. Isabella Braga. Megan Lee. Chan Hee Yoon. Maceo Powers, Catherine Ra, Asami Nelson, Itzel Olmedo Robles, Renee Wolf, Lucas Wobig, David Hernandez Parra, Trinity Kelani Reimer, Emma Riley Lelor, Michael Verdolin, Tara Disa, Christopher Yuan, Shui Ying Shu Li, Rasal Salah Hadi, Dana Jan, Natalie Guerra, Arjun Chen, Azitha Bance, Ragad Osman, Samantha McDonough, Hannah Ray Fahuna, Claire Jenkins, Lizette Baraga Cervantes, Yu Zhang, Tatsuya Osone, Alicia Batada, Surabi Huniyor, Joseph Texan, Francesca Danielle Portis, Cecilia Ramon Pontejos Gonzalez, Brigitte Nguyen, Julianne Lee, Ali Alimi, Anand Kumar Sherwal, Nicole Sears, Crystal Lee, Michaela Lee, Shannon Cheng, Timothy Kim, Rebecca Yilma, Niat Gebritensai, Ozioma On Yanwu, Yi Shi Wu, Shang Lin Yu, Xin Tang, Kevin Shishong Wang, Juliana K. David Sita, Juliette Arlene Capriola, Carlangelo Conste, Crystal Wynn, Ichi Chen, Tamara Raichukov, Maria Vorobiyova, Ellen Malam, Shahar Schwartz, Ife Olowa Ibotokun, Maya Shi, Monica Wang, Bryce Jacks, Anne Palayor, Homanshu Kairam, Alexander King, Cynthia Silviera, Kevin Greco, Henry Seaborn.
Oh my goodness. So thanks for all of you for your incredible energy out in the audience there. Thank you. The bachelor's degrees will now be conferred by Dean Ackley. Will all the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts please rise? Dean Ackley, I am thrilled to present the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts.
Thank you to everyone who stayed. It's gotten chilly. We appreciate it. By the authority vested in me, by the President and the Chancellor, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. If you still have your cap, you may now shift your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. The Rausser College of Natural Resources ceremonies for the University of California's 151st commencement are now completed. On behalf of the college faculty and staff, I congratulate the new alums, and I thank all of you for joining together in this wonderful moment. Go Bears!